witches! So today I am so excited to talk to you about our topic today. It is the first holiday on the Wheel of the Year in 2021, and that is Imbolc. Imbolc is a Celtic fire festival that is celebrated on February 1st or 2nd, and on this year it's the 1st. So it's a festival that marks kind of the end of winter and the coming of spring, and it's all about beginning and celebrating rebirth, or like beginning your rebirth. Breed is the Celtic goddess who is celebrated on Imbolc, and this is spelled not the way it is. It doesn't sound the way it's spelled. So it's spelled B-R-I-G-I-D, or sometimes B-R-I-G-I-G-H-I-D. So Brig. It looks like Brigid. So Breed eventually transformed, like when Christianity came to Ireland, she became Saint Bridget. So if you hear that, those two are often very much associated with each other. Breed is a Celtic goddess, like I said, and she's associated with the hearth, or like the home, with divination, with healing, and with fire. But in this case, fire not only means like physical, like flames, but like your creative fire, the things that you're passionate about. So she also, with that, is celebrated or associated with agriculture and like handcrafts. And sometimes it's like specifically denoted as like women's crafts, so that's like sewing, just like crafting, like making things. But I think that at this point has become a gender neutral thing, so I didn't want to, like gender sewing, I don't know. Imbolc is a smaller festival, but I recommend, like, if this is your first year starting to do witchcraft stuff, this is a really great holiday to start out with. So there are a couple ways you can celebrate. I personally really like the aspect of like rebirth and the coming of spring, and incorporating that into my craft. So I recommend doing that as well. It's really easy. It really only takes like setting your intention, which is what we talked about a couple videos ago. So if you need a refresher, definitely check that out, or check out your notes if you've been taking any, and really set your intention for how you want the rest of the year to be. So I feel like we've done a lot of preparation this month, and now it's kind of time to say like, all right, I've done all of this, like now I'm like in the rest of the year, as the sun comes back and I'm able to feel more like, I don't know, inspired maybe. I know I get more inspired in the summer and spring and stuff. As the year progresses, I want, X, Y, and Z to happen. There are tons of ways to celebrate Imbolc. The first one being you can make a breed cross, which is a sacred symbol to honor her. They're really easy to make. You can make them, traditionally they were made out of like reeds or grass, but if you are not in a place like where you can find that, like I am, you can use long strips of folded paper. There is a specific method that it's going to be hard for me to explain on here, but you can kind of do it. You can look it up. It's super simple, and you basically fold and interlock the different pieces of paper or reeds or grasses or whatever, and then it makes like this really beautiful like cross-looking thing. So the next way you can celebrate Imbolc is one that I really want to do, and that is planting seeds. I have kind of started thinking about what I want my garden to look like, or like what I want to include, and I want to get like one of those greenhouse things where like they have like the seed, I don't even know how to explain it, but I think you guys will know what I'm talking about. It's like compressed dirt, and you add water and it like grows, and then you put your seeds in, you put the top on, and you kind of just leave it alone. That's kind of like what I want to do. I'm already like raring to start. Like I just really need like green things to like be here, because winter is starting to like weigh on me a little bit. But yeah, I definitely am going to be doing some research about like what exactly I want in my garden, and also like that's going to help me plan out March's videos, because March is going to be Green Witch Month, which I'm really excited about. The next thing that I recommend you do is to bake a cake. I love baking in witchcraft, and in my opinion, baking like a lemon poppy seed cake, or maybe like a lemon poppy seed bread, is one of like the easiest ways to celebrate Imbolc, especially if you're like in the broom closet. It's just bread, right? But for you, it could be something more than that. Lemon is just really, like, to me, it's like light and fresh like spring, and it incorporates like the theme of like seeds and like planting those seeds and really starting something, right? And that's like that's the main theme of Imbolc, is like rebirth, restarting, the coming of spring kind of thing. So lemon poppy seed with like maybe some blackberries, because that's also associated with Imbolc, and I don't know, I think it would be really good. So the next one that I recommend is just lighting a ton of candles. I like having like tea lights and stuff on my altar, and I plan to have like a ton of them on my altar. They're really inexpensive and they can kind of have that really beautiful like fire effect. And because Breed is associated with fire, definitely it's a really great way to bring a lot of like flames all in one place without having like a huge fire hazard, right? That being said, always practice fire safety when using candles. If you want to go a different route and just like really like colored candles, the colors associated with Imbolc are black, white, gold, red, orange, yellow, and light blue. So it's like pretty much all the colors basically, just because that is like part of like welcoming spring. So I definitely recommend, either wearing one of those colors, using that in candle magic on your altar. Super great way just to have like simple magic. Next, the next super easy way, and this is also something you can do if you're in the broom closet, is to like spring clean and purify your house. I'm also super gonna do this one because I am in desperate need of doing that. I love spring cleaning. I like getting rid of old stuff and making room for new things. And I think cleansing your sacred space is just very, very important. It doesn't have to just be your sacred space, it can be your whole house. I know, again, I plan to do that. My whole house is my sacred space, so it's like, but spring cleaning and purifying and all of that is like really, really just perfect for Imbolc. The next thing is going to be fire scrying. So this is kind of like crystal gazing, but which we kind of talked about in my divination episode. But you can look into a flame and like scry for images, or scry is like look basically, for images that would answer whatever question that you have. So fire scrying is really cool. I think I'm gonna be trying that this time around. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna just see how I feel when I'm working. But yeah, fire scrying is very cool. The next thing that I recommend in terms of altar decoration are like crystals and herbs. So you can decorate along with the candles. Onyx, amethyst, garnet, and bloodstone are all like related to Imbolc and kind of have like colors that are specifically related to Breed. And the herbs really associated with this are like blackberries, basil, angelica root, and like I said, seeds. I'm also going to recommend that you put seeds on your altar, especially seeds that you plan on using in the spring. So again, like I said, I'm going to try to start some plants. I want to go to like a small, like local, oh my gosh, I almost said local vineyard. That's not right. Like a plant nursery, and buy seed packets from like a local business and really like bless those and set my intent for them to be used in my witchcraft and kind of like build that relationship with my plants, which sounds like very like woo-woo, but it's like a real thing, so at least to me. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to start plants from seeds like I am, hopefully with like luck. I do have one parsley plant that I started like over quarantine that is still somehow alive and kicking, like I don't know, but I love him. So anyways, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what you can do to celebrate Imbolc. And tomorrow I have a really fun surprise video for you, so I'm very excited about that. But yeah, if you have any other questions, or I would love to see your Imbolc altars as well if you are ever willing to share. So if you do post anything, please tag me, and that way I can like hype you up. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and happy Imbolc.